So by now, everybody has probably gotten their FMS Mashigan. Most everybody, I think they've sold out of them. So I've got one left. Just fair warning though, shipping is outrageous for these things. The box is humongous. So anyway, so now that everybody's got one, most people know what kind of battery is going. Most people may not be they may just be throwing a battery in there. We're going to go over a couple different batteries. I've got a bunch of different batteries, and I found one battery that's got decent capacity, that's not a lot of money, that fits in this thing perfectly. But we'll see. So just hang tight, and we're going to check out all the batteries. Let's check out some batteries. So one thing to note about this truck, it does not come with any Velcro straps to hold your battery down in the battery tray that's inside under the hood. Now, I've tested a couple different battery straps that I had laying around. I've got a Genzace Tattooey one. It does not work. It's too wide this way. It will not fit in the hole. Also, I think it's a little bit on the thick. It's too thick as well. And then also I've got a Bauhaus RC one as well. It is the same problem. It's too wide and it's also too thick. So I had one more that I was going to try, and it's a battery strap from G-Made. It actually works. It is the correct width, and it's the correct, whatever you want to call that, and the correct thickness as well. The width and thickness is correct. It does fit in there. Now the other side of it is it doesn't really. It's got two spots for them, one up front, one in the back kind of deal. I don't really know how well it's going to work to hold a battery in. I guess if you get a battery that's tight enough in there, it's not really going to matter. But anyway, just wanted to let you guys know that, because that is something that I don't think a lot of people realize, and I missed it as well whenever I did my initial review on this thing, is I missed the fact that it did not have battery straps in it for this battery tray. I think that's something that they could probably do. Just, put one in there at least, and then have it as an option to buy some at a later date. All right, so I got a couple different batteries here to try. I have two batteries that I know for sure work that I actually have. I do know the Helios 3-cell 850 amp battery does work, or 850 milliamp, does work, but that's a small battery. I do have some Tattooey 850 amp milliamp batteries as well. They do work also. They actually kind of got to press them down to get them to fit in there. So I don't really think they'll go anywhere. And the other cool thing about this one as well is this truck will fit two of these 850 batteries in there simultaneously. So you could put them in there like this. I've got Velcro on mine for another truck. So you'd put one in there with the battery strap or the battery lead facing towards the back. Shove it in there if you can, maybe. I can't get it in there. And then do this one facing towards the front. And then you kind of got to move it to get it to fit in there. And look, they're both in there, and they both should do what needs to be done. And they're actually held in there pretty well. So now you've got two batteries in there at about a 1700 milliamp size stuff. Should be enough really to get you by. If that's all you have, you just plug one in, then whenever this one dies, you just plug in the other one, kind of thing. So I do know for a fact that one actually does work. I keep letting the dang hood lever down. All right, so I've got a Helios 2-cell 5200 milliamp battery. It does not fit. It will not fit in the slot. It's too wide by a pretty good amount. So we know that one's not going to work. I actually knew that one wasn't going to work from the get-go. So also that in turn makes the 3S Helios 5200 battery not going to work as well. It's too wide also. It won't even shove in there. I've got some old batteries from before I even had the business. This Floriani or whatever, Floron 2200 3-cell battery. It is the same way. It's just too wide. It just doesn't fit. I keep popping the hood holder out. It's really annoying. So I do have another Helios, a 3S 2000 milliamp battery. It's the same way. It might fit if you shove it down in there, but you don't really want to do that. You don't want to put a lot of pressure on the sides of these batteries anyway. I do know this Florian 3-cell 3,000 milliamp battery will work because it's pretty skinny. So let's see if I can put it in there without shutting the hood on myself. Can't remember how I did that. I did this before. Yeah, there it goes. So yeah, so it's almost the same way. You kind of got to shove it in there and press it down kind of deal. And then it fits in there. And I don't think you really necessarily have to, because I can almost, I know you probably need to have some sort of battery strap in here, I would think. Would probably be a good idea. Now, the next battery is the battery that I found to actually fit, and it does need a strap. Like that Florian battery, this Florian battery right here would probably be pretty decent as well, but I don't know if you can even get this battery anymore. So maybe not, maybe you can, I don't know. But this Genzace 3300 milliamp battery, 3-cell 50C battery fits in here almost perfectly. Like it is like ridiculous at how well this thing fits in here. Let's see if I can get it in here without tearing up something. There we go. I don't know what I'm rubbing. I'm rubbing on some kind of wire back here. I think it's the LED wires. Yeah, there it goes. All right, so that right there, see? Fits in there. It is loose, but also I really think if you're just trail riding this thing and not doing any craziness with it, this will be fine in here. It's not really going to go anywhere, but as soon as you roll over, it will flop. It'll probably pop the hood open kind of deal. So the other idea would be to probably get you some sort of thin, skinny battery strap and just at least strap it down once, because this battery is probably the answer realistically. I mean, because it fits perfect. It's got all the milliamps and it's a 3-cell battery. It should get you whatever you need to do. Now I will say that probably most 2-cell batteries will fit in here because they're not that thick, so they'll fit in this battery spot perfectly. Now I do know this Genzace battery it's 20 and a half, or well, yeah, they say it says 20, but I think it's about 20 and a half is what they measure it at. This Florian battery is about the same. It's 22 and a half, maybe almost 23. And this one you kind of got to shove down in there, so that's good. Of course, my little tattooy batteries are a little on the puffy side, but not super bad. Yeah, they're 23 as well. So anywhere from like the 21 range to 23 millimeter thickness range, they call that height, because they measure them sitting like this, so that's height. And that should work. But I do have these Genzace 3300 milliamp batteries in stock. I got quite a few of them just for these trucks here. Of course, they work good on a lot of scale trucks also because they're a lot of capacity and they're real skinny. The height's not that much, so that's good. So that's it. I just wanted to show you guys batteries and what all fits and what doesn't fit, and so you kind of get you a little idea of what you need to get whenever you get you one of these trucks on the next shipment that comes through, and then you can decide on what battery you want to use. So thanks for watching, everybody, and we'll see you next time.